Odense, Bedway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
Everyone knows it takes 30 rounds to end a game of Counter-Strike in regulation. All 30 rounds, to be exact, Chad. In fact, this is the third 16-14 showing tonight for this Not a Sincere lineup, so you have to kind of wonder, can they run the marathon? My name is Trey Saranthus. We're in the Intel Esports Arena alongside Chad Spud Birchall. Chad, what do you make of all of these rounds?
Shenanigans, isn't it?
It's a bit much.
It is a lot of Counter-Strike. Well, fortunately, or unfortunately, depends on which side of the coin you land on. We haven't had any of those bonus rounds come through yet, but that's good for the teams, especially NaVi, who are converting these as all 3-0 point clean wins, which all go to their tally, and they're continuing their lovely streak alive within the Pro League. But I just have to note, there's one man, and we talk about him as the god of Counter-Strike, as potentially might go down as the GOAT if he continues on such a rampageous form throughout the entirety of his career. But simple, he's the clutch master, he's the X factor, the impact man, because late in the piece again, he has had a huge round. That Deagle round towards the end of this, where he got 3 big kills, that turned the tide, and from that point, that was all she wrote, and NaVi were finally able to close it out, seal the deal, and get it done. But this was an explosive game of Counter-Strike. Lots of fast plays coming in from North on their T-sides, back and forth affair. It's what you want to see on a Thursday night. Yeah,
it does look like they had a rather mounted comeback, dare I say. It wasn't like a super monumental one, but it was an uphill climb the entire way, Chad. Yeah, for sure. And if you look at a few of the stat lines, you know, the clutch situations, both teams won 2 1vX scenarios. The first kills actually fell in favor of North, and on a map like Dust 2, that's normally a pretty pivotal thing, but that just means that the trading was on point. North actually had a higher rating as a squad than that of NaVi, and yet NaVi once again clawed back from the jaws of defeat and able to pick up another victory. So I think the storyline for this evening, at least for NaVi, is they're showing that they can win from behind. They like playing from behind in tonight's games. Everyone likes a good little bit of behind play, Chad. Looking at these numbers, simple 30, 20, and 99 ADR. Definitely not a man you want coming from behind. Yeah, well, this is why, you know, I've just touted him as that X factor. There were a couple of rounds with mistakes made, but you could see how brawly it got towards the end there, how much heads-up Counter-Strike was actually being played. When North did their all-ins at long, NaVi were rotating the majority of their forces over just to fight and just contest and constantly take aim duels, and that's what got them across the line in the end there. I think it was at about round 28 that we saw that go down. And Chad, I mean, statistically speaking, the record books are going to have to be what we have to look for here when it at least comes to simple, and perhaps you could take a look at some of these next records. These are the bonus stats we're getting? These are some bonus stats. We're going to take a look at those real quick. Let's see what we've got loaded up here. What do we got there, Chad? Oh, Trey Saranthus with the 100% headshot ratio in Season 3. Yep, keep them coming, Chad. Okay. Do you want me to talk about your ADR? I mean, you could. It's not bad. It's not great. What's next? Not going to throw that one up there. Maybe Season 4. Okay, I'm waiting. Waiting one. Season 2, that'll work. Oh, you don't even know your seasons. So you're saying in back-to-back seasons, you had a 100% headshot ratio. Are you mad, bro? No, I'm not. Is camera 1 my camera? Is this one over here my camera? God, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you are not a Counter-Strike fan, maybe you're new to this, you don't understand statistics, or even if you are a Counter-Strike fan, let me point one thing out for you here. Headshot percentage is a statistic that we look to see if a player is good or bad, is definitely not one that we use. So, Trace, you did a fantastic job. I think, you know, it's really cool that you like headshots, you know, cool, man. But it doesn't really matter. That's not how we contextualize good players. And neither that or the statistics from the ESL 1 Katowice play against Envious there. But we don't have to pull that up. None of that matters here, because today we're talking about KAST, Chad. Why is that an important statistic? The kill assist, because it means your impact within the server, right? What do we got your stat again? Why do we need to see your kill assist stat? Who were you even playing? Just take note. Who was good in North America during Season 3? Obviously me. If you take a look at those numbers, you're probably playing against some team which doesn't even exist anymore. Well, I mean, probably got Jason R in it or something. Yeah, that one's dwindling, isn't it? Let's talk about our next map, Chad. We got Train coming up, and we've already ran the Train through you here. So perhaps we take a look at the Train, which will be that of NaVi, who can keep it going here with the 16-14 showing or trend of which that they want to keep going here tonight for some reason. Yeah, look, I think if you want to be able to take down NaVi, you need to do it in a much more
decisive fashion. Make sure you're having bigger leads, because NaVi, we know that they can scrap. It's been impossible to shut them out. You can see certain ways that they've been managing the economy. They're happy to go for that force buy. They're having gun round after gun round. Similar scenes came in from the North boys, and we're getting exciting Counter-Strike in that regard, right? We're getting constant games that are going the distance. So at least we're getting our money's worth this evening.
We are, Chad, and I was just kind of admiring this laptop.
So you want your money's worth?
Yeah, go for it, man.
No, you got this.
Yes, the MSI laptops. They're just a beautiful addition. You know, I can't really keep my hands off these things. In fact, maybe I won't. But let's talk about Train. Why do you think it is that these matches are becoming so close for NaVi? I mean, going into another one between North and them, they should have a decent game plan for what they want to do here, right?
Maybe they only play good under pressure.
Except for at the major.
Well, they made it to the final. It's pretty good.
It's not all the way to being done.
Yeah, but like Astralis are on the moon. Like, Astralis are aliens, and everybody else is just normal humans trying to play Counter-Strike. And Simple's the god. So it's like God, Simple, then Astralis, and then below Astralis is like everybody else.
Yeah, so like God created the aliens is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Let's chalk that up to an r-conspiracy theory that perhaps you could check in on your own time. But that's right, we've got another map coming your way. It's NaVi and North squaring off on a Train, Simple, Flaming, Electronic, Edward, Zeus, AZ, KRB, Valde, Cadian, and Guild. Gil, not to be confused with Gade, which is what he's often referred to as.
Yeah.
Looking ahead, though, we do have Train. We do have just a couple more seconds here, Chad. And I want you to really, really dig deep, down into your loins, down into your plums, and tell me why this could go either way.
I think it can go either way because the first map was very close. But the thing is, here's the factor. Winning both pistol rounds against NaVi just isn't going to cut it.
Nice, dude.
You got to have a little bit more in the chamber to take down.
Let's get those away from you.
The Ukrainian/Russian team.
Yes, and they are
I'm not allowed to play with scissors?
No, absolutely not.
I'm a 29-year-old man.
Well, one might even think that, hell, these other two guys have a little bit more maturity than you, Chad, and that's going to be Hugo and Harry, the crown jewels of this venture. Guys, what do you think so far of our 90 rounds of Counter-Strike?
I'm loving it. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. You know, like a big NaVi fan. They really seem to like to enjoy taking their time. They love these slower plays. And I tell you what, Train is the perfect map for that. We're about to be getting this underway, NaVi versus North, and this is a very comfortable battleground for either one of these two teams. So Hugo, as we prepare to head into this one, you know, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm excited for another 90 rounds, or sorry, no, the 30 rounds, maybe 90 rounds if NaVi really want to drag this one out. But yeah, I mean, again, like they've been so good this event, this season. It has been a lot of rounds, but they've been winning all of them. So let's see if that trend continues. Kirby wants to turn the tide of battle at least. He's already opened up, taking down Electronic through T-Con, and North setting up for this A split through Ivy. But we've got two players here for NaVi, Simple and Edward. And both those players have played fantastically on Dust and Inferno as well, so keep your eyes open.
Yes, indeed. Simple going to try and head on through this smoke down here towards Ivy. And he's found himself a little hole to hide in. Like a small mammal, perhaps. He's burrowed himself in. He's actually left Ivy, so I'm going to just leave that alone for the time being. Edward down here to keep an eye on the push out from Main and Pop Dog. He's going to have a bit of a shooting gallery come his way. Lots to click on, and so little time to do it in as they start to work their way up closer and closer they come. But Flamey's going to start to extinguish some of these players as he finds himself a quick hat trick. It's just AZ left alive. Flamey going to cement that round with a 4K. NaVi getting off to a very good start here on Train. And for me, I'm excited because North, very good on this map. I got to see them play it a lot, you know, but we both did actually. You know, the early stage, the first week of Pro League, we saw them play it a decent bit. Yeah. And then also, you know, you and I, we were both at Star Series recently. We got to see them play it a lot there. This is clearly trying to be one of the focal points for this North team, is this map. So I think, you know, it's important for them to have a good showing here versus NaVi for that reason.
Let's see if they can pull out the hat, Harry, because again, NaVi seemingly never losing these games. You've got a bit of a B rush for North. Pistols out, of course, not too much, just Glocks. They've got a 1-for-1. They traded out Zeus as Flamey gets a single kill. Edward's going to run to his death. That's just a crossfire of Glocks. Even those will be able to take down any CTs approaching. Here's where Flamey comes in for the cleanup, and he's found himself 3 lovely, actually 4 lovely kills. So nice work either way. NaVi, second round on the board. North got the bomb down, so we will have that full buy coming up into the next round. And let's see what they bring to it, because of course NaVi, they're going to have the option for the AWP here. I'd like to see them bring it out nice and early into this game, especially when you know North are going to have rifles. It is going to come through. Electronic maybe throwing that over. Oh, Flamey. Is he going to be on the AWP here, or have we got 2 in play? Because Simple's not got one yet, but he can actually buy himself. So there we go. 2 AWPs in the first buy on Harry. That's a big investment from NaVi.
It is, but we love big investments here. Big business all the time. Here you go. That's the big business manifesto. And early on, Flamey going to be keeping an eye on main. Lots of players about to come his way. He's 8-0, by the way, so my goodness, what a start he's gotten off to. And oh, would you look at that? He's been able to go and get one Simple here to help him out, but will get picked off by Gage. Simple still doing a good job of holding back this push out from North. And oh, misses that shot. Going to go back for a little bit more, but into the maws of Kirby. He falls, and actually he's doubled down in through the smoke, seemingly from nowhere. It all falls onto Zeus. Or as his name would suggest, it's Zeus, but
he spots him. Problem is, Kirby can just back out now, go towards that T-con. Zeus is going to push up, but Kirby's teammate not actually defending him. AZ just kind of leaves him for a second, but it won't be a problem because they're still going to be able to bring that bomb back into the B site, and Zeus doesn't really want to flank Pop because AZ's on the ladder. Has to go for the safe rotate through connector, but he's just a bit too slow. That bomb's going to be able to cross. Indecisiveness from Zeus may cost him the ability to stop this bomb from going down. Now Kirby, he's not going to be able to escape this position, but Zeus actually gets caught midair, and Kirby crosses back for another frag. Zeus, at this rate, he's probably given up. We've got 2 AWPs lying around the A bomb site, so he's going to go and try and retrieve one of them, but Harry, his hands aren't big enough for both. He can only take 1 AWP forward. Oh! What he is doing, though, is getting rid of them. So we're going to shuffle one out the map here. Disallow North from saving the AWP. But the problem is, if they kill him now doing this, that is humiliation, Harry. And they are coming in from the back line. Both of them pushing down Ivy. Zeus has got his eyes on it, but probably realizes it's best not to go for these fights and instead just hold on to that weapon. So North get their first T round on the board with the full buy.
So I just learned something new. I never actually knew that Zeus was spelt how Zeus spells Zeus. You know, the Greek god?
Well, you thought it was spelled differently?
Yeah, I'll be honest.
How did you think it was spelled?
I mean, I guess the way now that I'm thinking about it, the way I mean, I would have
Zeus pistol spelled the same as well. Did
yeah, I know. Yeah, well, you know, mate, I'm not the sharpest. I'm not the sharpest bulb in the box, but
well, how did you think it was spelled? Just
also,
so I know.
When I googled Zeus, there's lots of pictures of the Greek god eating like
children.
Yeah,
this is really weird.
I didn't know he was famous for that. I always thought it was more like God of Lightning. But
is that just Danish Google though? Is that what you're using?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's like a big trend in Denmark. Like, you know. Oh, Simple! My goodness!
He's eating babies for breakfast here on this B bomb site. Ooh. North, they're down a man with a bomb plant in, but that Molotov's going to cut off the connector rotate. Flamey, he's pushed ahead of time, but the high flashbang is going to cut him out, and Kirby finds a shot, looking for more, but Valdi steals it away, and Edward lines up 2 kills, but can't even take 1. Simple, too far away from this party. He is going to have to hold on to this AWP, and North, they will get themselves a second round. In fact, Simple, he's got to watch his spawn, because look at Kirby, so keen for these kills. And a 4th one ahead of him if Simple doesn't catch the timing, but he does. 3 for him, 3 for Kirby. That's a nice even Steven situation.
Yeah, Simple is allowed to stay alive at the very least with the AWP. But that's all they're going to have looking to the future. Well, Simple over here towards me.
Bit of a coughing fit there, Harry. Oh, we're back. Triple Ivy setup from North at the start of this round. I mean, NaVi are on pistols, but we do have that 1 saved AWP. That can always be a bit of a turner of the tides here, especially when it's on train, right? Very good AWPers map, but Kirby is going to outlast Flamey here in T-Con. Edward's close as well, and Kirby's going to try and hunt him down. The Molotov's there. Edward getting burnt out. He's going to be pushed out to the brown train. He's actually going for this long wrap round. That's really ballsy, considering there's more players up in main as well. He will actually back off as the smoke plumes. Get a second opportunity at life. Simple's got so much on his plate here. He's got to start devouring these North players as they push into the bomb site, but North maybe deciding against this. They've actually pushed back into the T-spawn and are going to wrap into B instead. NaVi called for a second rotate in the form of Simple, and AZ, he can late lurk this pop dog position, either try and force rotations back towards A, or alternatively just come in for the flank and kill these connector players once NaVi rotate off this site. But instead he reunites with this team and they go for the quad B play, and NaVi, look at this stack, this is going to be pitch perfect.
Yeah, Simple now joining the ranks as well, and Zeus inside of this bomb site trying to hold it down with the 5-7, and we're going to be back at range. Does spot the guys coming down ramp. Electronic going to get caught out in the open, but now we need to see Simple start to come to life with the AWP, and indeed he has. The bombs dropped out close, and they do manage to find Zeus. It's Edward and Simple, but only 5 seconds left. This bomb has to go down, and there's no time. Simple just has to hide. He's dropped the bomb, and that's it. Simple might fall, but the round goes the way of NaVi.
Cadian jumped on the plant spot to actually get that plant in with 4 seconds left, and then Simple drops, and that's when Cadian gets off the bomb plant and goes hunting for the kill. But because Simple doesn't chase there, he actually wins the round just by a time. Unfortunate for Cadian, expecting Simple to be getting aggressive, understandably so. That's something that doesn't really seem too surprising, but in hindsight, it's not going to work out. 3-2 here for NaVi, but again, even winning the round comes at a cost, and that is losing all 5 players. The rebuy of the AWP is here, but it's got nothing behind it, including no armor. Edward's just going to get blindsided as Valde quick plays this A bomb site, and North are looking to get in the face of NaVi while their utility is low, and their morale going to be dropped as well. Electronic will get a trade kill finally in, but it's still a 2v3 here for NaVi.
Well, Simple. Trying to keep an eye on this bomb site. There are players all around, and no one walking into his crosshair just yet. Now backing away as the bomb goes down, looking to try and hold on to this AWP.
And again, armorless as well, so definitely doesn't want to stay too close to the bomb. If you don't have armor, that bomb going off does even more damage than if you do. The armor takes away a lot of the impact, and therefore damage. Valde started off this map with great form as well. If we remember back to Dust 2, he was one of the key components of North. I was about to say winning that map, but unfortunately, if you remember, they really didn't, because NaVi managed to win a full eco round to get them 14, and therefore closed out the game off the back of that. 3-3 here. North definitely come back from the strong start that NaVi showed after winning the pistol round, but this is where they can really extend that lead on the T side, because NaVi only have, well, literally pistols around this AWP saved from Simple. Going to buy armor as well, and yeah, full force from NaVi, but they are on the $1,400 loss bonus, so it's not a horrible situation, or not a horrible decision to make. AZ, he's diving into B as well. Well, Gabe's taking the kill rather, sorry. Flamey's getting aggressive up at the top of B, and he's going to be able to drop Kiebi. He's not behind enemy lines. That Molotov, really well placed. It may force Gade out, but North have a smoke to cover up that position instead, and Flamey, he's just barraging utility down onto this site. He even finds a kill from it. AZ's gone down, but this wrap up the top from Valde will get rid of Electronic creeping into place, and now it's a 2-on-3 retake.
Yeah, Simple and Edward here. Pushing on in. Gade going to be able to spot the first man, and once again it's Simple. 1v3, so much to do. And that smoke going to start to fade. Simple does manage the first. Oh, and the second as well. Maybe a little bit more could come of this now. As Cadian down the ramp, Simple's going to find everything. He gets 3 kills, and there might be just enough time left to get the defuse. There is Simple. What a man, a 1v3 that never should have been, and Simple does it all. NaVi got to pick themselves up a 4th round from nowhere. And oh my goodness, Simple, that was out of this world.
If that's not going to shock North to the core, I don't know what will. That was an eco for NaVi. That was a force buy with just pistols and 1 saved AWP. How the hell does Simple win that? That's more of a case of North going, he hasn't got time, it's fine. And just 1v1 facing. That final peek down ramp is the final nail in the coffin for North. And oh dear, what a round to lose. Fantastic work from Simple. Only he would get that done. Zeus is going to get a tag. as AZ drops into the site, and he's wrapping this backside of the train very, very fast. Zeus is tickling at him with his Mag 7, and 3 tickles equals a kill, apparently. The third shot finally lands. Simple going to cover his teammates back from the connector with the AWP, and Zeus picks up a gun to even go and do more damage. Cadian is all that remains now for North. And 1v4 not going to be happening today. Flamey will finish it off, and nice hold there from NaVi on the B-bomb site.
Yeah, no more money left for North here. It is just going to be pistols out for them. And even then, I don't expect to get too much done. They're going to be sending all 5 players over here toward this inner bomb site initially, but haven't had the most success in this portion of the map. Zeus is going to be here to try and keep them at bay. He does have that Molotov, and he's going to drop that at his feet. Nade's going to find fantastic damage as well. That there is a real, middle finger to North. They're going to start to push on in. Kirby hopping on into this bomb set to try and get the bomb down, but everyone gets mopped up. Flamey finding 3. NaVi going to be triumphantly soldiering ahead onto a 6th round.
What a mow down on that B-bomb site. As you said, I mean, this has not been a place where North have had too much success in these past few rounds. That simple clutch is gonna stay in their minds for a while, I think. North full AKs up into this one. No AWP on Cadian. That could be a bit of a problem here. If we think back to Star Series over on this map, he was a pretty key component of actually finding a lot of these opening kills for North, as you would expect the AWP to be on the T side of Train. But for now, NaVi throwing in a bit of aggression. We've got Edward close to T-Con. We've got Flamey up at the Pop Dog. A very passive solo B setup from Zeus. And that might be the right call right now, because North are looking at this A bomb site. There's a great flashbang, and Flamey's going to spray blindly, but he doesn't get away with it. AZ drops 2, because Edward was still close to T-Con at the same time, and he didn't react in time. Electronic still pushed up, but NaVi are down so many men, and Kievi's going to exploit the man disadvantage by pushing in through the smoke.
Here now for North, there are too many men inside of this A-bomb site. It is just Zeus and Simple left up for NaVi, and not too keen on their chances. Simple going to get brought down to 60 HP, and that will be the decision from him to leave this bomb site now. Look to try and hold on to these weapons along with Zeus in towards CT spawn. Once again, by the way, another fantastic game from Flamey, currently sitting top of the board, 140 ADR. Simple following closely behind.
How well timed is it that these performances are coming out from Flamey and Edward right when they see that Adren and Hobbit are up for transfer on Gambit?
Yeah. Also, worth mentioning that 220 utility damage over on Zeus. The rest of the team's just paling in comparison to that.
I think that's all that one round where he throws a nade up towards box halls and gets like 4 players on half health. Pretty much. But either way, North do win a flawless round, and that's pretty important to see because, again, they have been on turbulent times in these final few. We've now got the buyout for NaVi once again, though. So that AWP going to be doubled up on Simple and Flamey. Again, he's on 17 kills right now in just 10 rounds. Pretty phenomenal start. North yet to quite get that AWP in their hands.
Yeah, a bit of a shame. We haven't really seen it on Cadian all too much. So, Simple and Flamey, they've been given free reign once again to sit back with these AWPs. Try and find something, and very little for North to do. But smoke them off and try and nullify the range at which they're at. Oh, Flamey. He's going to get dealt with. Now, Zeus is here. I don't think AZ's got any clue. No attempt at the trade came through there from the IGL for NaVi. He does pick it up, so into a 4-on-4. Zeus still sticking around here, still in that same corner. He's finally going to start to back away.
They've even got the aggro pop dog push from 2 players as well. North actually might try and molly them out. Valdi's the only one with that bit of utility, though, and he's far away, so Gay can't do so. I mean, if he drops down here, this could be an absolute nightmare for North, because they don't really have the time to mess around with this bomb. He's got to win this fight, and he doesn't. Edward gets it. There's no one here to trade. A delayed push up from North as they try and split T-Con. There's Valdi coming through. Simple does drop him after one, but Cadian's picked up the bomb once again and taken that frag and Pop Dog. It's down to a 2-on-2, and even though Kiebi's low, that Molotov in the connector tries to hold off Zeus, but he goes right on through it. Cadian now last up for North, and he's taken an opportunity to dive into that B site and get a nice open plant. But NaVi, they're still in the 2v1. However, both orbs, this could be a problem.
Yeah, the new Dane brain behind the North machine, left in a 1v2, the bomb down. He just waits on the bomb train. Zeus was tagged up earlier on as a result of that Molotov. So as Cadian wins the initial fight, even gets the information as to where Zeus resides. Oh, that's a big run, but he's able to get away with it. So it does work out, but not the second time around. Too much time out in the open, and Zeus will go ahead and pick that up, no problem. Going to be a 7th round on the board for NaVi. Fantastic CT side thus far from these guys, it feels like. North, that's one of their closer rounds thus far, but no such luck at picking up a round just yet. It has been the one round we saw them get, they instantly going to go ahead and lose the next, and now that reset looming over the side of North, that's something they're going to have to bear in mind. Likewise for NaVi, the trading rounds back and forth, so neither team going to have a fantastic economy, but already Simple finding a man advantage here. Going to poise NaVi brilliantly if they close this round to start to have a very good CT half.
Oh, look at this from Valdi. He's crept up on Ivy. Simple maybe posted, but it's a sneak peek from Valdi. And not a good one, because Simple's ready on the angle, and NaVi are now going to pull back the man advantage once again. This bomb's still alone on Ivy for Cadian, and while he has the AWP to play with, Simple's repositioned, so does he expect that? Simple's back in the connector, and in fact, Ivy has been completely given away. This is a big gap in the defense from NaVi that they don't really need to do, considering they have the man advantage, but now things are really going to get turbulent as AZ finds Flamey. Edward will trade back from the connector, but as we see, Cadian has finally made his way into the CT spawn. Edward's been spotted. AZ will try and push him down, seeing Simple as well in the connector, and this is where Cadian can come into question, can try and find some impact into this round. In fact, he's all that stands between NaVi and number 8, and he might have been spotted as well. They've crossed. They should have an idea. They're watching their backline as well, but there's the surprise shot. Cadian coming out with one, but Edward's right behind him, and NaVi will be able to pick up that round after all. Both AWPs saved, 8 rounds on the CT side. North looking a bit discombobulated in these previous few.
And you can see they're going to get that AWP back out on Simple, that's no problem. CT side still not building up any money here, so that reset's still going to be a real problem if North managed to pick up so much as one round. But this is really their chance now to keep this clean and continue to build up this lead. One thing I will say is that North have shown time and time again that they're very resilient on this map, and as I was kind of alluding to, it's one that they're aiming to make their home map almost by the looks of things. But Edward trying to mop up these last few players. He is going to get toppled there by Cadian, so into a 2-on-2. This is far closer than it ever should have been for NaVi. Simple and Zeus left up, the two players that were over there towards that B bomb site, left to try and get control of the situation once again. Zeus has been spotted and even then finished off by Cadian, so now it all falls onto Simple alone. AWP in hand, a PT-50 as well to try and work with, but no utility, no kit either. That bomb's still yet to move away from Ivy though, so Simple's given a few precious moments to readjust and reappear elsewhere on the map.
Wow, he's going for the real long flank. And in fact, North just holding positions, waiting for Simple to get caught out. This couldn't be better for Simple. If he was maybe in the connector, this would be a horrible round, but the fact that they are taking so long gives them all the time in the world to completely outflank these Ts. However, the question is now, what are they watching? Where are they watching? Because they're not watching him, and he is watching them. He's found Cadian. Bit of information. He's lined him up. Oh, he misses a shot. That's not good for Simple. He needs to be aware of Valdi, and Cadian's been gone down. Valdi gets the plant in the nick of time, and Simple jumps in to his own death. That's unfortunate. A missed shot costs him the round. He definitely would have had a better opportunity if he landed that first kill to Valdi and dropped the bomb in the back. But North, they do win the full eco, Harry. Just P250s into that round, and they somehow take it away. That's pretty incredible. Look at the effect of the money it's had, actually.
Yeah.
That's
what I was saying. That was the chance for NaVi to build up that buffer, right, and not have the reset come in towards the end of this half. And instead, you know, they fall short versus just the vanilla pistols for the most part. There was very little invested there. Zeus just going to go down immediately. That's the B bomb site already gone. This is going to be a 6th round for North, and you know, suddenly you're staring down the barrel of a 7-8 half if you're North. That's pretty decent, all things considered, over on the T side.
Yeah, this could have been a really good half of NaVi if they win that anti-eco, because, you know, North have really not been doing too well in these last couple of rounds. They got some on the board early, but since then it's been all the NaVi show. So North winning that eco has really revitalized them to set them up for a 6th here, and as you said, very likely 7th. NaVi's money is going to be a bit skew-if, but they will be able to get a buy up in that final round of the half. Oh, this position from Electronic. This is so annoying to deal with. Hazy, oh, I think that would have been an Electronic's kill if the final bullet that he shot didn't go in through that bar. Hit the fence there, so slightly impacted by that. But either way, it won't make a huge difference because, again, this was still North's round, and flawlessly or not, they'd be able to buy as we go into number 15. NaVi, not quite the same luxury. Zeus is on a shotgun. This AWP is going to be dropped over. Actually, not dropped over because Electronic doesn't have armor, so he may as well keep that. He doesn't want to be playing rifle with no armor. Simple's gone for an SMG, and yeah, I can't say I've seen too much of Electronic's AWPing, but let's find out what it's like here, Harry.
Yeah, let's see how it looks. You haven't seen too much of Electronic this game at all, so hopefully the AWP is enough to bring him out of his shell. Simple, speaking of Cell, looking like he's Splinter Cell, as he's gone aggressive all the way up here in that smoke with a silenced MP5, still yet to emerge. Zeus going to be in the backline, dispatches of AZ. They're trying to steal around back, and Valdez doing everything in his power to keep North in this round, but it's not going to be enough. Edward now chiming in with another, and suddenly it's only Kirby left alive, but he's managed to, and even then going to take a bit of damage from Zeus. He's brought down to 43 HP. He's able to retrieve the bomb almost, but no, Zeus holding his own, locking in the round for NaVi. It's going to be 9-6 there at the end of that first half.
Another game where Zeus is coming in with a lot of impact frags. Of course, it is Flamey and Simple topping the charts here for NaVi. On the side of North, pretty much the same as the previous map. Kirby, Valdi, AZ, these guys are all playing well. Katie and Gate aren't slipping really too far behind. In fact, it's actually kind of Kirby and Valdi ahead of the curve. That was a sick clutch from Simple, just on your screens there. And a lot of highlight rounds, mainly for NaVi in this first half. North were winning a couple of ecos here and there that kind of made this half rocky, I guess you could say, and turned it into the 9-6 that it was. But we had a 9-6 earlier on, this time in favor of NaVi rather than North, and let's see if they can go the full distance and close it out. I would imagine we're fairly confident in the NaVi camp here, Harry. What about yourself?
I don't know, I mean, North moving on to this CT side, they always manage to have a close game on trade. And with how NaVi have been recently, while they've been winning, they've always had these really grinded out, long form sort of games where, you know, it goes the full 30. They've been struggling at, like, being consistent in that sense, right? It seems like, you know, it's not till they feel like they're under tremendous pressure that we start to see them pick up, you know, the sort of performance that we're used to seeing. And I also think, you know, you can't sleep on this North CT side. I mean, Train is kind of the North bread and butter right now, it feels like. Kirby's looking good, Valdez looking good. Now you're going to have Cadian and AZ. You're going to have that potential for the double AWP between the two of them. And, you know, I mean, Cadian didn't really get to see too much AWPing from him on their CT side. I think you're going to, on their T side rather. I think that's going to be more of a priority here. On the CT side, they're going to want to get that AWP out for Cadian right away. So, you know, I think if we see that happen, if we see North find the pistol, maybe we see some things go their way, I think the Danes can still take this map.
I like the confidence. I'm just, I'm ready for the 30-rounder NaVi win, as has been tradition tonight. A little B-Stream update for you boys and girls at home if you are interested as well as what's going on in the rest of Pro League. We've had, obviously, a big bounce back after their 16-6 loss to X-Space Soldiers and actually take a win, 16-4. Pretty dominant as well over on Dust 2. We had Tabson going nutty. Actually, well, he's top of the board in terms of ADR and stuff, but he was next to drop 23 kills, and Smooth close behind with 18, Tabson on 19. So that's going on right now, or that was going on, but what's going on now on the mainstream is a fast A play for Flamey. That will not go well. It's NaVi trying to split this Ivy position, but with 2 CTs on the other side, North are ready and waiting.
Yeah, Simple rushing on up, leading the charge. He's the spearhead to this offensive, and Kierby doing a good job of holding them back right now. Has his crossfire set up with Gade in the blink of an eye. It's only Edward left standing. And now he's been put into the grave by AUZ. It's going to be the Pistoran going the way of the Danes. There's still some mileage left in these boys right now.
Well, what do North have to show us here on the CT side? Now, that's my question, because NaVi aren't going to be forcing, so we will be expecting that 3rd round bye. Odds from the wonderful folks over at Betway, very, very equal, as is tradition with these teams. If anything, quite interesting to see North, behind, but still equal. Again, a lot of that going to be because of this pistol round win. It should set them up for success and at least an 8th here on the CT side. But that'll still be down around, behind by 1 or 2 steps as NaVi flash their way into B. It's the Glock train on train. Valde going to be waiting at the back here on the other side. He's spraying away. Does get himself one. That bomb goes down, and we have Flaming Glock him to death, but still NaVi can't really make too much out of this round other than mincemeat, and Cadian's going to make it so, killing Zeus. 8 rounds here to North, and they don't lose more than 1 player. That's a nice, successful Antico.
Yeah, one thing I think it's important to note is that when it comes to this North lineup, what we've seen from them on train is kind of similar to NaVi. They also tend to have these very long-winded affairs, like the 30-round games or thereabouts, and really it's this CT side where we see them be able to start to grind their way back into a game. So let's wait and see if history repeats itself. Early on, NaVi, they've got this bye. It's rifles across the board. It's netted them a couple of early kills. Gade tries his hand at aggression, does manage 1 back in retort. That's his B bomb set, though, divided. Cracked wide open. And now, NaVi, all the time in the world, they're not going to go barreling on in on the back of this. There's still 2 players out there toward A. Oh, now all 3 for North in this B bomb site, in the inner bomb site, and that means that NaVi are going to have free roam out towards this outside portion of the map, and at some point North going to have to make the call to back away. That's going to be on the back of this push from Cadian. He gets the information that it's clear. Now the players can start to rotate away. That now kind of is stripped away from them, Hugo, and they have to divide this defense. 1 man, either bomb site.
Yeah, AZ, not really the position for an MP5 here. As good as the pros make this gun seem, it's not going to be the best for the range. He gets himself 1, but that's probably all he can ask for. Simple's there with the trade ready and waiting. Kierby does find a gun on the flank, but that drop may have been heard from Zeus, and yeah, he's going to walk in. He knows what's going on. Kierby does find that shot, but NaVi have found the round almost guaranteed. Kierby's not even going to give it his thought as he stays in towards his B-bomb site. Throwing a lot of utility around nonchalantly, but yeah, it won't make too much of a difference here. NaVi will not be too worried. Even Simple hunting for this kill before they've even guaranteed the round. But Kierby chilling in the living room. What do we call this room, Harry? What is this? I don't even know. It's like a kitchen, a sofa room, like a sitting room.
Like a break room.
A break room. There we go. Break from what? All the training.
Yeah, well, you've had a busy day looking at trains.
Yeah.
That's pretty exhausting. Sometimes you need a break from that. It's like that one film, Train Spotting.
Oh yeah, that's about trains, isn't it?
Yeah, and they have to take a break there.
Take a lot of recreational breaks, I've heard. Just unwind, relax, cool off after a long, hard day.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen that film, so there we go.
That's about heroin, Harry.
Yeah, I figured it was. I knew the plot, I just haven't seen it. So here we go. NaVi. They're going to be heading on over here towards this B-bomb site initially. AZ's waiting down in Pop Dog. And, when you say it like that, it feels weird. He is going to be holding this position early on NaVi with all their eggs in one basket. Which It's an incredibly efficient method for transporting eggs, but also very risky. And here comes the push. Valda and Kjaerbye here to try and hold them back. Edward opens things up. Kjaerbye now has to pick up the pieces, and it's just not gone their way. It's going to be Gade, Cadian, and AZ left alive. The three of them just have to back away from this B bomb site. NaVi, the faster playing towards B works out brilliantly. They find all their openers. They take out Valda and Kjaerbye. By the way, terrifying duo to run into in a bomb site, but NaVi almost make that look easy.
Oh, and they're already on the hunt. Look at Electronic start to chase down these guns. NaVi now having control of the second half after taking the lead by storm in these last couple. They can afford to chase. They can afford to try and take guns away from North. Gade going to give away his position. He's kind of stuck here, but it doesn't matter when you get both kills on the chasing players. Gonna hide in the heaven. AZ's going to hit this wraparound from Zeus as well, and yeah, it's a really good save from North. The only problem is, even though they get 3 kills, they lose 1 of their 3 players, and that makes so much difference when it comes to rebuying here. We saw North in a very similar position on Dust 2. If they saved 3 guns, they might have considered buying up here, but with only 2, probably not the best call to make. In fact, I mean, Cadian and AZ don't even have enough to drop over weapons, so really, definitely not a good decision to make. And North is just going to be holding on to whatever little amounts of money they have here. While Electronic, he goes fast towards A for this pick, flashing over the top, but he is blind already. AZ going to take his face off. A nice start for North. They need these 2 rifles to step up and find a lot of impact, and AZ's done exactly that. Second kill coming through. NaVi can't afford to waste this round. You're up against pistols, yes, but AZ is making it costly.
Yeah, at this point, it's not even the cost of it that starts to matter. It's the fact that this round could slip through your fingers. Edward, he snuck out into this in a bomb site and he's gone past Gade. This could be a blessing or a curse. They believe that this portion of the map is clear, so Gade could easily wreak some havoc as the bomb now starts to rotate in. Cadian will get caught off guard, but they still don't know the whereabouts of Gade. As long as he doesn't make noise, he could look to do a lot of damage. Edward gives the call that this portion of the map is clear, but unfortunately Gade going to overstep and does go down, and they've retrieved the rifles, but Zeus going to start to finish off the remaining players, and yeah, just Kjaerbye left up. It was looking like such a good start to the round. AZ finding 2. He dropped weapons over towards main. It could have been a North round, but NaVi able to recover. We'll be locking in a 12th.
Yeah, the reason that could have been so good is because while Edward's pushing and he's killing all these CT players, as you said, they don't know Gade's there. So if NaVi try and pull their knives out and bring the bomb down ramp, Gade can completely cut that off. But for some reason, he turned around as soon as Edward started running towards him. It was making a lot of noise, but maybe some communication covering up that sound of the footsteps there for Gade. That is going to cost North quite a lot. Again, it was only a pistol round, but they started off in a 5v3 with AZ finding 2 sublime kills on that outer bomb site. So definitely would have liked to have converted that and made this game a little bit easier. Harry, for the first time tonight, I feel like maybe the 30 rounder is not coming through, because it's typically been NaVi on the back foot and then bouncing back in the final few portions of the map to make this a reality. However, now the pressure's left on North, and I'm not sure if they can step up. No AWP here. Simple's going for the quick main peek, and although he's blind, he's not going to get anything. North are able to throw in some deep grenades, do a lot of damage to Flamey, chunk him to 25, and that nade might do some more, but Simple, I mean, he only just survives. He walked away and he still takes 40 damage. Flamey, these Molotovs are relentless as well. Simple going to go back in through the smoke, and luckily Flamey's got his back covered because Simple got tagged down to 18. 2 very low HP players on NaVi, but again, it doesn't matter when you've got the bulk of which splitting that outer bomb site in through Ivy. Electronic finding both opening kills, and just like that, this round is falling apart for North. AZ trying to reverse it.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's been doing a fantastic job at exactly that in these last few rounds. He's been the real shining star on this North side. And Mol now rotating in towards a B bomb site. Easy. Raw to life. He's going to go ahead and find a 3rd now, and suddenly just Flamey and Simple left up. They're both brought down very, very low already. And you're asking a lot of these 2 players. The wraparound from Valda coming in. Simple has no idea, at least right now. AZ up close. Valda does have a Molotov as well. That's going to be so valuable. And Simple's been discovered. Flamey does win that initial fight. Now backing away, just gets around the corner in time. Valda's on the bomb and he's sticking it. Flamey's going to go charging on in. He has to get him off the bomb, and he does. 15 HP and a 1v2 from Flamey, who has looked utterly phenomenal for NaVi tonight. 22 kills to his name, top of the board. And a crucial 1v2 to lock in a 13th round, and on the back of it, put North's economy just in a real bad state of affairs. You can see Cadian saving so he can get the AWP in this following round. But right now, this is looking prime territory for NaVi to finally break that full 30-round curse that they've been having this evening.
Hey, it may be a curse, but it is also a blessing. They've won every game, Harry. It's nothing to turn your nose up at. A win is a win, regardless of the score. And again, not into overtime as well, so NaVi get the full points. They're getting the full points down on B this round because Flamey's doubled entry once again. This man does not stop, Harry. Bomb goes down on the site, and just like that, NaVi have almost guaranteed their 14th round here on Train. North CT side has been lackluster, to say the very least. They've only picked up 2, and they were a pistol and single conversion before NaVi brought up on that 3rd round.
Yeah, and the wild thing is, you look at it right now, Electronics sitting down bottom of the board. He has 6 kills, and 2 of them coming from the round prior. So he has had a very, very quiet game, and he's normally one of the 2 people we look to in this NaVi squad to step up. That just shows you, how much work Flamey and Simple are doing between them right now. And also, I mean, it's quite a good indication of the fact that Zeus and Edward have been having a very good showing as well. Not needing Electronic to be in his usual godlike form for them still to be picking up rounds and finding success here. They hunt down Gade at the very end as well, so he doesn't even get to save that one solitary rifle. Buy still comes in here for North anyway. But if you are a North fan, this is still a pretty grim situation. They're going to put everything they've got into this round, taking a tactical pause now as well. Try and figure out how best to approach this.
Yeah, that's their first tac pause all game. That's a bit of a worry, considering we are 2 rounds away from NaVi 2-0ing North tonight, with both maps going their way. Both series. 2 separate best of ones, again, for those unaware. I mean, what can North even do at this point? They are so far down economically and round-wise. And probably confidence, because this CT side, again, we've really not seen anything. Every situation where North have had a man advantage has been blundered.
If NaVi pick this up, I'm pretty sure it's going to move them up to being 9-1 thus far, which seems pretty unreal.
Yeah, that is right.
It's a very good start to the season from NaVi. They've already gone ahead and impressed us initially. These results are pretty worrying sign of the times for some of the teams out there. And, well, already this time it's Cadian who opened things up. That save for the AWP in the round prior looking like it might pay off for North, especially as Gade and Kierby chain together 3 kills between them. Blink of an eye. It's only Simple left up, and he's going to get eliminated. That there is a quick, convincing, clean round from the side of North, and we need to see a few more like that, but they've at least now kind of started to buffer this economy a bit, injected some more cash into the system. They've worked their Danish financial magic, and now everything's in the green. I
think one of the most terrifying things for the fact that NaVi might be 9-1 at the end of today is the fact that they have played some damn tough opposition. Mouse Sports, FaZe, North. I mean, like, these aren't... They've not, stat padded with the Wendigos, with the AGOs. They've been beating some of the best teams here in the league. So
yeah, I mean, even then, right, you look at it, you had NIP and also ex-Space Soldiers, 2 teams that are I mean, not so much NIP, but Space Soldiers, very good team online, right? So
that's the only team being able to even take a map off now.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty crazy stuff. But this game is not done, Harry. 9-1, while on the horizon, the score hasn't come through just yet, because NaVi is still 2 rounds away from that. North are in a man advantage here in round number 24. Flamey's gone down. He's been one of the key players for NaVi so far this map. And again, we don't even have an AWP here. Simple not able to afford that. It wasn't saved a couple of rounds ago where we saw some damage come through when the bomb actually blew Simple up. And Zeus didn't save it, so that's really come back to haunt NaVi, considering North have taken 1 round here. Bit of a push up from Valde as well. He's close towards this heaven position. And Edward's waiting for his team to regroup as NaVi look like they want to take this B site. North are going to pre-rotate Cadian over, and this is going to be a good setup because they've got this AWP in position to lock down the heaven spot. And he's spotted Edward, taking the kill as well. 5v3 here. NaVi, they're going to need something incredible to pull this one out.
Yeah, it's going to have to be an absolutely unreal individual effort from Simple, Zeus, and Electronic. Now would be the time to see Electronic start to return to some of the form we've seen him have throughout these matches. He has been very quiet here on Train. There is no denying that fact.
There we go.
And yeah, they're just going to have to save. So 10th round for North. Closing this gap, looking to try and carry us through to the full 30 rounds. If you recall, NaVi, when we saw them play versus FaZe, it was twice in a row. FaZe reached 14 rounds, and then NaVi grinded it to a 16-14 victory, right? How wild would it be if we see the reverse of that? And now North looking to try and do it here to NaVi.
Not what you would have predicted at 14-8 as well, considering how North have not gone around since that second of the half. And now finally wrapping two together out of nowhere. We've got the force buy from those players of NaVi that went down. They had 2k loss bonus, so pistols is going to be all they can play with. Gade getting flashed in through the smoke. He's got Molotovs to cut him off here, so he can't really get too aggressive. And Simple should have heard that burn as well. Gade takes one tick of damage. Simple not ready for it though. Gade pushes up and finds himself the early frag. North now again in a man advantage, and this has been one of the keys of them actually closing out these last few rounds. They've been getting lots of early picks, and even though that wasn't always a recipe for them winning rounds, if you think to that one round where AZ gets a 5v3 instantaneously for North on this A bomb site, they've at least been able to convert these last couple. Gade low, he's going to back off to heaven. This is a great position to play if you are on low HP, because you get a lot of information from it. Also not a common spot to get mollied or naded. And easy to back away and not commit to a fight if you don't like the angle. 50 seconds on the clock here for NaVi, and desperate times call for desperate measures. They've got to pull something out of the hat.
Yeah, but are they magicians? That's the thing. They're going to need a little dose of magic here to see them through. Oh, Molotov rains on in. It's going to go and separate Zeus from Electronic. Zeus opening up. There is still Kyobi here, but that smoke going to go to nullify for the time being. Electronic still wins the fight. They're clawing their way back into this, but Cadian catches the aggressive Edward down towards Ivy. Now AZ chiming in with another, but somehow Flavian Electronic, they've turned it all on its head. 15-10, match point in favor of NaVi. And now they just need but one more round to go flawless again tonight.
He has such a nice defense from Flamey of his teammate. Electronic tries to go for the bomb plant, and he just spots Valdi as he pulls out the bomb, goes back in, but by that point, Flamey's already gotten the kill. He's already killed that rotator, so North not able to get back into the bomb site, not able to get back into this game maybe, as NaVi are one away from closing out a victory here on Train. 15-10 right now, and North another tactical timeout. Good time for it. But how much can you really get done with 30 seconds?
I mean, surprisingly quite a lot. 5 rounds between these two teams. We need to see a pretty big comeback from North right now. And it would be absolutely unreal, especially on the back of that North. You know, they're going to be buying up into this one, getting what they can. They have the double AWP sport out between Cadian and AZ. This is sort of the dream buy here for the Danes. If they were going to start to turn this back on its head, start to get back into it, this is the time. And this is the buy to get that done. Cadian already mollied back. He tries his hand at the aggression down through Ivy. Doesn't pan out initially. And a slow start to this round from NaVi.
Just burning out the utility. NaVi still have plenty for a late round execute, and North have started to expend some of their smokes. 2 already gone from their repertoire. This does look like that late round A play. NaVi have put pretty much every player outside of the A bomb site. They're not even controlling the box halls, but North are not inquisitive on that position. They're not pushing. In fact, they've actually rotated very deep into B as well. Look at Cadian and Valdi. They are so aggressively pushed up into B that this is going to be very hard for them to rotate back into the A site if these kills come through, but they've come through for Gade instead. Both Pop Dog players walking into their death. More like dropping in. Because now NaVi, a 3-on-5 to try and bail them out of this spot to avoid a reset. It seems like North are giving them exactly that.
Well, Simple trying to abuse the small gap in this smoke, and he is going to spot Kyobi. Slowly but surely edging his way back into this. 25 seconds though, and NaVi backing away. They might just elect to save here. There's not really any time, so that does look to be the case. It's going to be 11-15. Still the potential of seeing an overtime here on this one.
maybe all the 30 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the trend continues.
Always
if we're lucky,
possible.
we'll be treated to that fact.
NaVi seem like one of those teams that, well, I say one of those teams, the only team that doesn't really ever seem scared of saving on the T side, and that's because they love going with these pistols anyway, right? So Edward and Zeus probably forcing up with Tech 9, CZs, Deagles here. And NaVi, again, obviously they love a force buy, so no fear of holding on to 3 guns and just putting them in positions to find the entry kills. First tack timeout used from NaVi at 15-11. Not a bad choice. Again, they just got reset from North, so that's not a healthy time to rush into anything. This would be a knife in the gut if North were able to pull this game back, considering NaVi have had such a lead over the second half and been locking down pretty much every T-side round until this last bit of resurgence from North. But how much further will it bring them? The double AWP is still out. The pistols have been pulled up for NaVi. What have they got up their sleeve, Harry?
Well, Simple going to be keeping an eye on the aggression over here toward B, and Cadian might give it to him. Hold in close, the Tech 9's here. Try that one flash. Cadian now knows that players are considering this, and actually Electronic going to get wall-banged as well there. Cadian deked back. That's enough to get him away from the angle for the time being. Hop back down into the bomb site. Rotation now comes through from Valdet. Actually, they might go through that. That nade does so much damage, and that there is enough to send NaVi away. Cadian even dispatching of Simple. North looking poised to pick up a 12th round here. As that AWP going to get juggled back onto Flamey. While he has looked good today, you're asking a lot of him. They're going to leave B at least. Valde looking like he might try re-aggressing up through the ramp.
Electronic is in spawn with the bomb right now. Are they going to call a save at the 50-second mark? They really are. Wow. All this damage, all that utility damage from North has just made NaVi give up. They want nothing to do with this one. Despite North running a double AWP as well. That's a bigger surprise, right? And NaVi know that. They've seen it multiple times. So again, saving and calling that at the 50-second mark is pretty crazy, considering there's definitely a chance of NaVi to go hunting, sit in T-Con, make sure that North aren't getting aggressive, try and find a couple of kills, and you never know, you can always put yourself back into these rounds despite that early damage. So NaVi just going back to the spawn, taking a nice lie down on the cold, hard concrete, and waiting for this all to blow over.
Yeah, the only issue is sometimes they ignore a problem, and it only ever gets worse. As NaVi could find out now. 3 rounds between them and North.
And that's the thing, continually saving round after round means they're never going to have a perfect buy. They're never going to have this AWP with full nades and everyone on an AK with utility. Like, you're always going to be crippled in some way or another. And NaVi are learning that the hard way. They may love these buys, Harry, but it could cost them a map.
It certainly could. These 4 spies might be the undoing of NaVi. 3 players down towards Ivy. Edward. And the gang over here toward this B bomb set. Looking like they might try something. KD has been tagged down low, actually. Gade. Waits here in Pop Dog. 3 players still for NaVi down at the base of Ivy, and they're unknown there for the time being. See Cadian taking up position here along with Kirby. Cade won out this fight down here in Pop Dog in the rounds prior. He's not going to get one this time, though. They do bypass him for the time being. Now with 45 seconds on this clock, NaVi looking to try and make a play. They got 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs, and a Molotov up on Flamey. What can they do with it? A lot of their utilities over here towards this B bomb set on the back of Edward. So NaVi going to switch things up, rotate with the bomb over here toward B.
They need to go.
Yeah.
If they save in a 5-on-5, I'm going to be tilted. I'm going to be so tilted. Another smoke has gone down for Gade. They still have utility. They still have Molotovs. NaVi need to run B right now. Valdi's going to try and shut it down on his own, but Edward's done a lot of damage, and this isn't going to work out for him. Valdi shuts him down and pushes into the halls as AZ cuts off the bomb. That's going to be the round done. It's dropped. It's still on the ramp, and Zeus is hung out to dry in the middle of the site. He cannot pick that one back up, and NaVi again beaten by the clock. What on earth is going on, Harry? Look at the money.
Yeah, there's no money. What money? What money am I meant to be looking at, Hugo?
There's no money.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, for NaVi, who'd have thought they saved three or two rounds back to back? Their economy gets whittled down, and now they've got nothing. So they've gone in with a bit of a partial buy, couple of deagles, couple of smokes.
Just going through the motions. That's all you can hope for here with the pistols. Really not enough to win this round. Apparently rifles aren't either, because they've just conceded the last like 4 in a row. Starting to get more worrying by the second, Harry. North are going to be guaranteed 14 here if they play their cards right. And they've been doing exactly that. North have done a great job of getting into these final few rounds, you know, not getting aggressive, not giving NaVi any picks. And it's the passive play of North that is forcing NaVi to end up saving all these rounds because they just can't find opening kills. NaVi probably should just speed up the pace a little bit. Not in this round, but when it comes down to buying up these rifles, I just want to see a fast outer exec because I think NaVi individually are, you know, going to be able to trounce North if they do that. But they've been running all these slow defaults, and North have just been getting picks off with the AWP, and Valdi's been locking down round after round. But here we go, North on the outer bomb site, creeping through with pistols.
Well, Kirby, ooh, he's going to get beheaded there by Edward. So 4 on 4, we saw NaVi have good success with these pistols back on Dust 2. But Gade's going to decimate absolutely everyone, so never mind. Don't get too excited. Gade is a real gamer, 14-15. 1 away from taking us through to overtime over on the side of the Danes. And NaVi, how have they let this one elude them? They were up, what, 14 to 8 at one point in time? And now they stand 15-14. North, 1 round away from taking them through to overtime.
Double AWP. Simple doesn't have his, though. That's, again, another problem for NaVi. These constant saves have really whittled the bank away. Cadian peeking through a Molotov. That's a bit peculiar. He's not going to get away with it.
Maybe NaVi just did all of this, so then they get another 16-15 victory. Who knows? 16-15
victory. I mean, that'd be impressive.
Yeah,
mate.
well, that would be good from NaVi, yeah.
Well, let's see, because they've got to pull something out of the hat here, Harry. They can't save in the 30th round. I mean, they can, but that's an overtime guaranteed. Looking like they want to pop flash their way through this B ramp. Maybe. Valdi's climbed himself up top, and he's going to be setting up shop, looking down at this ramp. This position's so good, because Cadian's got Valdi's back covered. He doesn't need to worry about the top side of B, but this is such an off angle for anyone on NaVi to check if they go down the ramp. Gade, in the meantime, he's got an aggressive. Valdi shut down the first player pushing through the ramp, but this bomb can go down. Cadian won't be able to stop it anytime soon, even though the Molotov lands pretty close. North had the man advantage, though, and this retake is well and truly on.
Yeah. Zeus going aggressive. He's been putting up numbers today. He's got to try and continue that good form, though, if they want to pick this round up. But he gets caught in the open. It's Simple and Edward left alive. Simple is good for 1. They know where he is. He's rung the dinner bell, and AZ's going to trade. Edward on 12 HP. Has to pull off a 1v3 of a lifetime. Does he have it in him? No one on this flank round from behind, but so many Danish eyes looking up towards the heavens. AZ going to shut him down, and we're heading through to overtime here. 15-15, all tied up. And good lord, what a comeback it's been from the Danes.
I mean, what, like, great work from North. I don't want to take that away from them, but what on earth were those last few rounds from NaVi? I mean, just these extremely slow defaults from a team that's been having so much success on these fast outer pushes and just quick B rushes, and there we go. Just getting into their own head, slowing it down. They have got the tactical pauses left up. That's something that North don't really have in the pocket. I think they have maybe 1 left on the CT side. Or, well, yeah, on the CT side still, I guess, as we head into overtime. Whereas NaVi have only used a single one of their attack pauses, so I mean, maybe they can try and beg nice enough to get the attack 30 seconds added to the round time. We'll actually have a chance to do an execute then instead of saving. But yeah, this is such a weird game of Counter-Strike. I don't really know what to say about this. This is the weirdest one we've had all night.
Yeah, it certainly is. You know, NaVi leaving every round down to the closing 10 or so seconds. Sometimes not even doing anything in the last 10 or so seconds. It's been a real mystery. Those have been the two strategies that we've seen employed, Hugo. You either go with 10 seconds or you don't go with 10 seconds. I would love to see maybe something a bit different from NaVi. Over on the side of North, though, let's not take anything away from them. The fortitude, you know, the mental fortitude, the ability to grind this game out, because it has been a grind. Make no mistake about that. You know, NaVi, they were up at match point for quite some time there. Even then, you know, it's 14-8 at one point in time, and North hauled their way back into this. That is impressive in and of itself. And now as we head on through to overtime, I think you've got to be leaning the way of North, right? NaVi looked so deflated there at the end of that second half.
Well, let's go look at some highlights of what we've seen so far in this this slobber knocker of a 30-round game. I don't really know. Yeah. I've heard that saying before. Here are some kills.
You know what Jabberwocky is, mate? That's a mythical creature right there.
Like Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, he's real.
Or polar bears.
They are also real. But over on the side of North, we have seen just an absolute Jabberwocky of a performance. Yeah, out of this world. Not even real.
For reference, Harry just typed Google into Google. I saw that with my own eyes. What is the Jabberwocky?
It was like a book, but I think it's
the thing in the woods. It's the thing in the woods. Tom America's getting very upset with me for not knowing the Jabberwocky. But
yeah, right, exactly.
It's yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I remember the Jabberwocky.
Come on, you must know what a Jabberwocky is. Of course,
yeah. It's been a long day, Harry. It's been like 150 rounds of Counter-Strike in like a map.
I actually own 3 of these.
You own 3 Jabberwockies.
Yeah, one just wasn't enough.
No.
You know who owns 5 Jabberwockies?
Who?
The owner of North. These guys are absolutely unhinged. They're tearing through NaVi right now. I don't know if the Jabberwocky is particularly dangerous, but it certainly looks it, you know, based on the image that we found on Google. Other search engines, of course, are available. But yeah, we're heading on through this overtime, Hugo. I'm curious, what way do you see this one going? North? NaVi? Do you mind?
North.
You see this going north?
Every time.
You've said it a lot.
Yeah, I'm that confident. Like at this point, I don't know how you can be in the NaVi camp after these last few rounds. Even though they played some really sick CS today, these last 10 rounds have not been a good example of it. Let's find out though, Harry. Straight into overtime. No more waiting around. The real bread and butter of CS. I'm not sure where I'm going with this. Double AWP up for North though, and Simple does have the AWP. That's something that we saw was a big lacking for NaVi in the final few rounds of regulation, because again, the constant force buys, the constant saves, it really took a toll on the economy and my mental health. Now Simple's finally got that weapon to play with. This could get interesting. The flash from the smoke, and Kiebi, he's just going right in, spraying and praying, gets to North. They've not really been showing that much IV aggression this map, but that is a perfect time to pull it out. Flamey's even going to get tagged up in T-Con, and AZ finds a finishing shot to finish him off.
Don't worry, though, rest assured, the cogs are turning in the minds of NaVi, and they're thinking, what can they do for the next minute before they try and get anything else done? As they've slowed right down, it's Edward and Simple. Left to try and keep NaVi in this round. A 2v5 would be required. Edward, there's the first kill. He's done well to find that. Simple on the AWP here, going to get legged there by, I believe that was Cadian, and yeah, it was AZ actually. They're going to be able to retrieve the bomb, and now maybe looking to hit this inner bomb site. Edward is there. He's alone for the time being. He's gotten down. Balder has spotted him, but he's at least secured control of this bomb site, and now Simple rotating on round. He's lost his teammate, Edward. And now he's got to try and pick a fight with Valde. Oh, no, he doesn't. Changed his mind. Quick on his feet. Back towards A. Simple. In through Pop Dog. Will he be ready for the man in main? Kiebi. He's not. 16-15, Hugo. North going to be winning out the first round in overtime.
Yeah, not a big surprise there. If NaVi actually won that round, I'd be just questioning why did that not come out earlier. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if North go flawless on the CT side. And considering how this T side for them was actually not too bad after all, yeah, this could be a North win without too much fight back from NaVi. We have Flamey on the Krieg here. The SG553. Not seen this yet from NaVi. Simple back on the AWP. He's set up in the box halls, or at least in the toilets right now. Cadian's got aggressive, and he's taken down Edward. We still have a close ramp player pushed up, and that's Valde. Very heavy B presence here from North, and it's actually not going to be the right round to do so. They may have found the kill, but NaVi have been afforded a lot of space out on the outer bomb site. Luckily enough, I was about to say AZ's here, but not for long, because Simple plucks him out of mid-air. Kiebi tries to keep things in check, but Flamey is still up top of these trains. Kiebi's got to be very careful. Bomb plant comes in, Kiebi swoops through to try and find the frag, and that's perfect timing because his teammates also found another shot, and Flamey tries to line them up, but instead he gets knocked down. 17 rounds for North here. They are pummeling through these CT rounds.
Yes, they are indeed, and North, they're looking dominant while they do it. These aren't close, these aren't down to the wire. This is utter destruction from the Danes. And for NaVi, this feels uncomfortable. Electronic, you pointed out to me now, Hugo, he's 8 and 25. We keep mentioning he's not having the game of a lifetime. He started this second half with I want to say 2 kills to his name, or 3 kills. You know, still only on 8. He is really struggling right now, and NaVi, where they did have, they did have Flamey and Simple to kind of bear that burden, cope for the fact that Electronic wasn't doing too great. Now that they've started to fall a bit silent as well, it has been an uphill battle. It's going to be a fast play in towards this B bomb site, but even then, the Molotov from Valde is perfect. It delays it, and Kiebi picked up Zeus. It's going to be the double Krieg on Flamey and Electronic.
Oh, Simple's been getting so unfortunately unlucky in these rounds. He's finally going to get his first kill with this AWP in a while, but he's down to 40 as the nade dunked down, and Cadian will finish off the job. This bomb yet to make its way down on the bomb site. It's finally going to be in the hands of Flamey, but he's in a 1v4 in the meantime. The entire team has fallen to shreds. He's going to take a head off of one, but he's still getting wrapped from so many angles. This should not be possible. 7 bullets left in the mag, and AZ will finish it off with just 1. That's a flawless CT half from North there in overtime number 1. And a single round separates them from victory.
Yeah, what a turnaround this has been. We keep on saying it, but it's so true. This was 14-8 in favor of NaVi at one point in time. Now 18-15, North just 1 round away. And flawless in MR3 overtime is always the most horrific thing to have to contend with now for NaVi. They have to go ahead and find 3 rounds in a row of their own over on the CT side.
Judging just how by these previous 10, 15 rounds have been for NaVi, I've not got a lot of hope in this one. Again, they've surprised us every single time we've counted them out, Harry. Managing to win every game they've played tonight, but I think this one's a little bit too much to ask for. We'll find out. It's been a long time since we've seen NaVi on the CT side. I hope to see this double AWP come into play, considering it has been in Flamey and Simple, these 2 standout players for NaVi this map, but we're going to need a little more than that as we head into it. Oh, we're going to Orgy here, Harry. Triple Org. Is this the fabled Org? What did you call it? Orgy.
There we go. Not quite. It's almost. That's, I'd say at least 4.
Okay.
But it's close enough. Well, let's see if these Orgs can get anything done. I've never been the biggest believer in them, but let's wait and see. Kiebi's already out from main. No one's even keeping an eye on it right now from NaVi. And as I say, bomb site crumbling already. Electronic going to try and hold off here, and he has managed the quick double. The Org putting in numbers for the NaVi side right now. Zeus even going through that smoke, trying to take a peek, and he has started to clear some of these angles. Kiebi going to duck up through Pop Dog, and this is all on the back of AZ. You take a look at him right now. That's number 7 up on the minimap in the top left. He's aggressed all the way through this B bomb site, and now is holding the angle. Flamey walks into his crosshair and practically gives that kill away. AZ also going to be reaching 30 kills here in this round. Zeus, I was going to say, maybe he's outsmarted AZ here. Not meant to be. Instead, the bomb ticking down, and Electronic and Simple, so much to do in a 2-on-3.
There's the double peek coming straight through. Gade is instant with the trade. Simple, he's got a big clutch to find, but that's the first kill, and he's got a full battle utility, not even needed. Simple's going to get both frags, and there it is. We've got a game on our hands. We're going to another round. NaVi will not fall short just yet, Harry. And that was really close as well, right? We had that instant flank up Pop Dog for Zeus, and that's why we saw NaVi rotate so quickly into the B site with all 4 players. They were very, very ready for that execute from North. Even though AZ got aggressive and was able to catch out Flamey in the spawn, NaVi is still going to be able to win that round. Thank you to Simple and keeping things up as we head into another one.
Yeah, big thanks out to Simple there. 16-18 as this continues. Simple going to be back on the AWP. North already with Kirby down here and Pop Dog looking like they want to maybe try a bit of a faster round. Simple. Here's the smokes and flashes raining in, and him and Edward, they've already found 2 quick kills between them. Simple's turning up the heat. He's looking to try and take us through to another overtime here. Balder and AZ, they are the only 2 players left alive. AZ has managed to found Simple. It's the clash of the Titans, and AZ emerges victorious. He's still got more to do, but he's still got more to give. AZ's going to find himself a second. Balder might fall, but AZ knows where these players are, and he's tearing through NaVi. It's just Edward and Electronic left alive. Surely this isn't how North managed to get the job done. He's got to peek out and try and grab that bomb, and as he does so, Edward finally dispatches of that lone gunman for North. Now, 1 round away from a double overtime. It's a rare treat that we very rarely get to tuck into over here on Pro League.
Why can no one play the T side? These Augs have been fantastic for NaVi. I'm so surprised that we're only seeing them come out now in overtime up against North, right? With all the maps they played, with all the rounds they've played. And they've been hiding this from us, haven't they, Harry? Because these Augs, they are a dastardly beast on this A-bomb side.
I mean, I don't actually think that NaVi had any idea the Augs would be so good. It felt like they'd really just sort of given up, and then it was like, oh, never mind. And then you see Simple, you know, like putting in numbers now. Where was this NaVi 5 rounds ago, 6 rounds
10
ago?
rounds ago.
Yeah.
Literally. Well, here we go. What could be the final round, or what could be the start of a whole nother overtime? What was that?
Just said, seriously, where were they? Here's Cadian with the AWP back in hand as well over on the side of North. The Augs are still out. They're still in, you know, out but Cadian, he's opened up. He's dropped Flamey. Early man advantage taken for North. This is a good start here for the Danes. That said, they've had a few of these rounds where they found the early man. NaVi have been very proficient, and not only trading things back, but going 1 step further than that.
Oh, Electronic is pushing through the smoke. There's 3 players here, even with them throwing grenades. Surely he won't catch the timing. Cadian's holding the angle, and there's North getting away with already a double-man advantage. These Org, or this Org, is still up on Edward, but Ivy's been conceded. And North are going to creep their way into position. The smoke on the left side won't make much of a difference. And Edward, he's going to be pincered between 2 because they're splitting T-Con and Pop Dog in the meantime. There are the kills coming through for North in the blink of an eye. And Zeus is all that stands. Deagle out. He's not even trying to use the rifle here. It is done. It is finished. NaVi are going to fall short here in overtime. And North have taken a victory finally as they drag us through to 19.
Yeah, they are finally the team to get things done as they go ahead and send NaVi into orbit. We're in an orbit of our own. We're here with Chad Birchall and the International Trace Station. How you guys feeling?
Not bad, hombre. Not bad at all. In fact, so much Counter-Strike, the elation can barely seep out of my mouth right now. Thank you very much, guys. But now we're going to get into the real deal nitty-gritty here. Chad, tell me anything positive that you can think of here as to why this went the route it did.
We should clip this as a sound effect for every time that we go into overtime. It should be bonus rounds. We got them here. We got excited. We got the Augs out to play. And as we touted, it was going to be an exciting match of Counter-Strike. NaVi picking up points even though they didn't get the victory. This is how it works. If you move to overtime, 2 points for the win and 1 for the loss in overtime. So everybody wins here at Pro League. We like to give out points left, right, and center, but this was a back and forth affair. Flamey with a massive performance. He did have a little bit of stat padding early on within that first half. Eco farmed a little bit, but I think, you know, all in all, it came down to the fact that North just stayed resilient and able to grind back into this one.
Yeah, I mean, resilience definitely had to come into play there about round 33, 32, whatever was past 30, Chad. They had to hold on to themselves. They had to stay true to what they were doing here. But this clutch by Simple was absolutely unreal. I mean, yes, he hits the shots, but it's the timing of the defuse that really gets me.
Yeah, well, you talk about that clutch. I think there was 3 big clutches that actually went in the favor of the players from NaVi within that first half. You know, you think about that. They also won a pistol round and were able to convert a round off of that. So in that first half, considering all the clutches, it really wasn't a good showing, all in all. Like, that's the CT side of Train, and they had to have a couple of miracles come through to get them to that 9 rounds. So I think that's probably where NaVi could have tidied up and maybe been on 11 rounds within that first half, all things considered. But ifs and buts, we're not really dealing with that. We just got the cold hard facts, and one of the cold hard facts is the double AWP between Cadian and AZ was very potent in that second half.
But you want to talk about ifs and buts, but Chad, I'm going to have to ask you straight up. Could this have ended earlier than it did?
Oh, of course. All Counter-Strike games could have ended earlier than they did.
Okay. How about this? Do you think that one of these teams could have really solidified their game plan and shut this bad boy down before we went the full 9 here.
NaVi was so close for so long, all they needed to do was, get the full guns and utility up, and then they might have actually been able to do a proper execute. The thing was, they kept going for those low buys. They're fantastic at them. They're really good at them. But what happened was when they saved the guns so many rounds in a row, when they eventually lost and had their entire team obliterated, what ended up happening was there was no money in that bank, no money in that kitty. And these are the overtime stats that we have right here. And, I did say AZ with that double up, so that was very potent. We saw more of that in the overtimes for sure. Got 6 kills on the boy himself. And these are the overall stats for regulation, where you can see Flamey had a fantastic showing. Simple as well. We saw that clutch from him. And all in all, I think North are going to be happy to have brought this one back. That's, because these guys are still growing as a team, so that's the bigger victory for them as opposed to the actual win itself, I think.
And just as you were saying, as we got into the segment, yes, NaVi have lost here in overtime, but they still do garner some points, even finding a loss in overtime. It's 1 point for them and 2 on the side of North. So if you're NaVi, you're still off to a good start. Today, you've already seen success on 3 maps, albeit all 30 rounds in all of those. But now you still find a point even in your loss.
Yeah, so you can take solace in that. And I think NaVi have already put themselves in a very good position. I think they've had 8 games played now, and they're sitting pretty, right? They're in a good position within the table. They have a lot of games to catch up with other squads. But, Trace, you know what time it is?
Hashtag play faster time for these players that are playing.
Oh, I was going to say it was time for us to get into the next game because we're 30 minutes behind schedule.
We are that. It is North and the Ninjas of Pajamas going to be squaring off. The Swedes versus the Danes. Yet again, North have not had enough for the likes of NaVi, and they're going to be looking to extract some more victories here tonight as they take on Ninjas of Pajamas on both Train and Nuke. And that does it for this segment. We're going to be going to a quick break, and by quick, I mean the fastest one you ever seen, because it's time to get into our last 2 maps of the night.